Welcome back to Thriving by Nature. I'm Bethany Stone, and I am so glad that you're here. So today I really wanted to start with something I would say to my Montessori students and their families all the time. And it's something that I think applies just as powerfully in our adult lives, our businesses, our homes, our health, our relationships. It is that you cannot expect a seed to grow in soil that has not been prepared. You can have the best seed in the world, full of potential, full of life. And if you drop it into dry, hard, unready ground, it will struggle. It will not become what it was meant to become. Not because there was anything wrong with that seed, but because the environment was not set up to support it. So today I really want to talk about environments. I don't want to talk about just the aesthetic, well-organized spaces, though all of that matters too. I really want to talk about deep science-backed, Montessori-rooted truth about our environments. Because it's not just a background to your life, it is one of the most powerful forces that shapes what your outcome can be. It shapes your health, it shapes your habits, and it literally can shape your mindset and your sense of self. And most of us have not been taught to treat our environment in that way. So I want to go back, like really far back, but I don't want to tell you exactly how far back because it would age me. But I want to talk about the first time that I walked into a Montessori classroom. I remember feeling something shift inside me. I couldn't actually name it immediately, but that space and room felt so different. It felt very intentional because every single shelf was at the child's height. Every single material had a place. The colors were soft and calm, and nothing was cluttered. There was nothing that was competing for attention, and the space seemed to be inviting children and even me to come in and settle down. Like I wanted to do the work that was on the shelf and it was meant for children. And as I was observing, I actually got to watch the children come into that space. And it was amazing because they did not run and it was not chaotic. They did not look overwhelmed and they didn't get distracted. They moved with a confidence, a purpose, like the room was speaking to them and they knew exactly how to listen to the room and their environment around them. And it was at that moment that I understood that one of the most meaningful foundational principles of, well, Montessori education was the environment. And Maria Montessori called this the prepared environment. And she was not just talking about the decoration in the room. She wasn't talking about just one little piece. She was actually talking about the deliberate, thoughtful structure of a space that supports growth, independence, well-being, inside and out, not just right now. And in Montessori, the teacher is not the center of the room. The environment is the center of the room. It is the room. Because Maria Montessori understood something that science now has confirmed over and over again, that human beings are shaped by the spaces that they inhabit. So we know that children learn better and will regulate their emotions more effectively and make more independent and confident choices and develop a deeper sense of self-worth when their environment has been thoughtfully designed to support those things. So I have been a Montessori educator for over 20 years. I have seen this play out in classroom after classroom, child after child. I have taught over 1,000 children. And a space that is organized, calm, purposeful, it produces focused, capable, peaceful people. And a space that is chaotic, cluttered, unclear, it produces stress, distraction, and self-doubt. And I even apply this to my own life. And this is when I knew that this was not just for children, because that same principle applied in every aspect when I was having those distractions, the self-doubt, the stress, the unclear processes that I wasn't sure what I was doing. It was most likely due to my environment. So I want to give you an analogy I think that can stick with you because it's something that most of us understand more from a lived experience. So imagine that you are going to bake a cake and you're not going to bake this cake from a box. You are going to bake a real from scratch, read the recipe cake. And it's for an important event. Let's say, so my son just got married. So let's say it's a wedding cake. Every detail matters. And if you want it to be beautiful, you want to focus on those details. But we're going to imagine two scenarios here. In the first scenario, your kitchen is clean, your counters are wiped down, your ingredients are all measured out, you have everything lined up in order that you'll use them, your mixer is out, your pans are greased, you are ready. Your recipe is propped up where you can see it, and you walk into the space, and the space says, "You're ready. Let's do this." Now, I want you to think about a second scenario. Your sink is full of dishes. You cannot find the measuring cups. The butter is still in the freezer. There are other ingredients, and they're all spread across the counter and in your pantry, and you have to move everything, and your entire workspace is covered. So then you spend the first 20 minutes just trying to prep things and get ready to begin. Now, this is the same recipe, the same skill level, the same intention, but these are completely different experiences, and they have completely different outcomes. Your environment will either set you up to succeed, or it quietly will work against you before you even start. I like to apply this to my morning routine. There are mornings where I don't have it all together. And I'm the first one to admit that I love to have routine and I love to have it together. And I am human and I do not have my crap together all the time. And that's okay. But on the days that I do, everything looks different. So think of your morning routine. If things are in place for you to be successful the next day, you are. Think of your workspace. If your workspace is clean and organized, your day will be organized. Your bedroom, your body, the food you have in your refrigerator, the notifications you have on your phone, the relationships you spend the most time in, the inner dialogue that we rehearse so many times, all those things can run automatically. And all of that is your environment. And all of it is either preparing the soil to be successful or it is depleting it. Now, there's actually research behind this. And I want to look at what the research actually says, because this is not just intuition or good teaching philosophy. The science is deep and it really is compelling. So first, I want to talk about what the researchers call architecture. This is the idea developed largely by behavior economists Richard Thaler and Cass Sunstein, that the way that your environment is structured will dramatically influence the choices that you make. And often it will happen without us even knowing it. And their research actually shows that when healthy food is placed at eye level in a cafeteria, people will choose more often the healthy food. And they actually did another research about a gym. So if there is a gym that is placed between your home and your work, the attendance actually will go up, your attendance. And they also did one more with your phone, about if your phone is placed in the room where you go to sleep, your sleep quality is not as good. But sorry, I'm having a hard time talking. If your phone is placed outside of your room, your sleep quality improves and your morning focus will sharpen. That one I'm still working on. I'm going to be honest. It's true. But we like to believe that all of our choices come from pure willpower and intention, but realistically, the truth is that our environment is what wins. So there was another research. His name was Roger Ulrich. Anyways, but he showed something that was really cool. He showed something that just the simple access to natural light or a view of nature actually will reduce stress and can speed physical recovery after illness. And that improves cognitive performance. And his studies were done in hospital settings. And they were done in hospital settings where patients had access to windows, and some of the patients had no access to windows. And the patients that had access to windows and could see outside, they actually recovered faster. They required less pain medication than those that were in the room without windows. Your environment matters. Light matters. Air matters. Order matters. Nature matters. Color matters. Sound matters. The temperature of your room matters. I know that one because my husband cannot sleep if it's too hot in the room. And I cannot sleep if it's too cold in the room. Because these are not small things. They are conditions inside which everything else grows or does not grow. And the cool thing is that Maria Montessori understood this over 100 years ago. And now science is catching up. It's so crazy to me. In Montessori education, we talk about the prepared environment as one of the 3 pillars of the approach, alongside the trained adult and the child. So we have the trained adult, the child, and the environment. So we do not place the environment below the teacher of the importance. We place it alongside because we understand that space all teaches too. A prepared environment in Montessori has specific qualities. It is ordered so that a child can find everything that they need and return it when they are done. It is beautiful because beauty cultivates a sense of care and reverence, and everything is scaled to the child so that nothing requires help from the adult to access. It is calm. It is pure. And it's so that the nervous system can settle and focus and can emerge naturally. It's very purposeful, meaning that every element in the space serves some type of function. And there's nothing fill up the space. It's full and it's beautiful and it's not cluttered. Now, I want you to think about your environment. Is your space ordered so that you can find what you need without searching or stress? Is it beautiful in a way that makes you want to take care of it? Is it scaled to you, meaning how you set it up to actually live and work, not for how you think you should live and work? Is it calm enough for your nervous system so that when you walk into your room or a room in your home or dwelling, it calms you? Is it purposeful? Or is it full of things that you have accumulated without intention? I think a lot of us haven't thought about this for our adult spaces. We have just lived in them, reacting to whatever they have become over time. But you are the only adult in your life that can take responsibility for preparing your environment. And I think that is a beautiful truth, that you are the one that has the power to change it. So I want you to do 3 things. I want you to basically do an environment audit. So number 1, do an honest environment audit. I want you to walk through your space where you spend the most time, whether that is your kitchen, that is mine, your workspace, your bedroom, your car. I want you to ask yourself, does this space support the person I am trying to become? Not the person I used to be, not the person I think I should be, but the person that I am growing into right now. And I want you to listen to your body, because there is something that will cause friction and stress in our lives. And there's something that will cause ease and peace in our lives. And you do not need to overhaul everything at once. You just need to start seeing your environment with clear eyes instead of the eyes that have gone numb from familiarity. And you need to listen to what is bringing you peace and what is causing you stress. Okay, number 2, I want you to set up one space for success. Set it up before you need it. So I want you to think of that story about the cake. I want you to think of setting things up. Maybe it is your morning routine. Maybe it is the food that you eat. Set something up so that you can have success, whether that is putting out your workout clothes in the morning, filling up your water bottle, doing some meal prepping. Think of something that you can do to change right now, because this is not about willpower. This is about architecture. You're not going to fight yourself into doing the right thing. You have to build the space that makes the feeling feel natural. Number 3, I want you to bring one element of nature into your everyday environment. So I'm a gardener and I keep chickens and I run outside when I can. I ran outside today and it was raining. And I am deeply rooted in the belief that proximity to nature and the natural world is optimal for human well-being. It is foundational. And there's actually research that backs this up. So you do not have to have a garden or have acreage. Just open up a window. Put a plant on your desk. Walk outside for 10 minutes. Let sunlight touch your face. These are not small things. These are genuinely things that help your biology level inputs, that shift your cortisol level, your mood, your focus, and your immune response. Because your body was literally designed for a natural environment. And the more that you can bring that into your daily life, the more your body will respond with the calm, clarity, and energy that you need and that you probably have been searching for. So before we end here, I want to come right back to where we started. You cannot expect a seed to grow in the soil that was not prepared, because you are the seed. You are full of potential. You are full of gifts and capacity and purpose, and the world genuinely needs you. But even the most extraordinary seeds need the right conditions to become what they are meant to be. Your environment is the soil, and tending to it is not a luxury. It's not something that you do after everything else is done. It is literally the foundational work for you to do everything else. And once we have that switched, it really will change the way, because it really matters. You matter. And the space that you are growing in deserves the same care and intention that you pour into everything else in your life. So you need to go and prepare your soil. Before we end, if this episode resonated with you, I want to invite you to take one practical step right now. I would love for you to come over to thrivingbynature.com and you could actually book a free leadership clarity call with me. I actually have a free masterclass every month, as well as right now I'm doing my pre-launch for my 5 domains business reset. Your environment and your life really matter. So if you are a leader or a business owner who has been feeling scattered, I want you to look into some of these things. The 5 domains business reset is in its pre-launch right now. And it is something that can give you clarity very quickly in 90 minutes with a roadmap of what you need to be doing. I'm actually super excited about this curriculum. And I have it linked in like every social platform and in all my bios. And if you're listening to this on a podcast, I'll make sure that it is in the show notes. But you can also find me on Instagram, on Facebook, LinkedIn, all the socials. Because really, when you are running in a chaotic environment and you're wondering why things feel so hard, sometimes the most loving thing that we can do is hand somebody else a new lens. And that's what I want to do. So thank you so much for being here. So now go look around at the space you're sitting in and ask yourself one honest question. Is this soil prepared for the person that I am becoming? I'll see you next time on another episode of Thriving by Nature.